Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 ladies. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're well. I hope you're doing well. Oh my gosh. I don't think Instagram is going to. Let's discard this. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Now, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Coach Anwar, and I am a dating coach for women of color. So if you have any questions, yes, they call me Fairy Godbrother. So if you have any questions for me as it pertains to your love life, dating, relationships, men or women, or anything in between, honey, we're very inclusive here. Let me know. Put it in the comments and I will answer your questions in the order that I see them. Okay? I guess IG is not going to work for me tonight. So let me end that. And let's do our kiki on TikTok, honey. Okay. Let me see what the girls. Hello, Maya. Hello, Tan. Hey, Ari. Hey, Layla. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Missy. Hey, Jordan. Hey, Lenny, girl. Layla said, been waiting for you. I know that's right, girl. Well, the wait is over, sweetie. Just FYI, if there's anything that I say tonight that resonates with you, or you're like, Anwar, you're a mess, you're a fool, girl, shut up. Tap the screen, double tap, triple tap, because we're going to have some fun. We're going to kiki. And hopefully we're also going to learn something so that you can level up your love life. So put your questions in the chat, and I will answer them in the order that I see them. Now, after a while, I will be behind because there will probably be more than 1,000 people in here at once, and there's one of me. So, girl, be patient. It is the essence of feminine energy. So practice that for some of us that need it. No shade. Yeah. Okay. Shanita, good to see you. Mama Nueve, Lola, hey girls. Jay said, Kiki Tom. I know that's right, girl. Kameli, hello, girl. NM Cruiser said, OMG, love you. Thank you, girl. Hey, Brandy. Hello, Latrice. Good to see you, honey. Hello, Linda. Dana said, how is dating in DC? So here's the thing about dating in DC. Generally, my clients, it takes them about anywhere from 6 to 9 months if they are working the program to find their guy in the DMV area. DC proper is horrible for dating. So I never tell my clients to focus on DC. DMV is where it's at, right? There are more available bachelors, men, and DC, it's DC proper is basically like Atlanta. 6 to 8 successful women of color, black women to every successful black guy who's checking for you. Yeah, that's the gag. There are a lot of successful black men there in Atlanta, but for some of these men, once they make over 100, 150K, honey, they're not checking for the black girls no more. No shade. They want the white girls, Latina girls. Yeah, so that is why I always say spread it out to the DMV, girl. You'll be in much better situation for sure. Yeah. Okay, let me see what else is going on. User said, sir, your teeth are so beautiful. Thank you, girl, and thank my dentist, girl. Honey, these are not real. These are fakety fake. But he did a great job. Thank you. Julia said, OMG, I got a hell of a question. Girl, well then ask it. Shit. Don't leave us hanging, girl. Don't be a tease. Lenny said, how do I cut off a guy? Ghost or text? Girl, don't ghost. Ladies, let's not ghost anymore. Ghosting is lame. Ghosting, especially if these guys haven't done anything wrong and you're still feeling safe within yourself. So that's what I have to say about that. So we just send them a message and we just let them know, hey, I'm not feeling a connection, but I want to wish you the best of luck. Yeah. Lola said, do you recommend going on a hiatus to focus on finding the one? Well, guess what? The one is you. Yeah? So if you feel like you have to take a step from dating to find you, great, because you have to know who the hell you are before you can find your person. And if you don't know who you are, and no shade, but there's many of us that don't, then you're not ready to find your person. Yeah? Syncretic said, Amor, I need you to host a meet and greet. Yes, girl, I want to, but the gag is some of these TikTok girls do that and then nobody comes and it's highly embarrassing. And I definitely don't want that to happen. Where are you located, girl, so I can make sure that I have at least a guaranteed audience for when I do come? Hey, Kayla. Hey, Angie. Hey, user593. Hey, Mia. Terrell Talk, thank you so much for the finger heart. Dominique said, do Middle Eastern men not take initiative? Do I have to start combos with them? Not necessarily. I would just like poke them, like them, match with them, and see what they do. Yeah? Oftentimes they will, take initiative. It also depends on where you're located. Yeah? So like, for example, a lot of my clients in Dubai, girl, all they have to do is sit in the mall, girl, and the men just come up to them. Yeah? Word from Wanda said, hey, all of your advice has worked. Girl, I know. That's why I'm one of the best dating coaches out there. I'm the best dating coach that I know. I'm happy to hear that you're getting some success here. That's awesome. Bricasso, hey girl, hey. Tanyelle, hey girl, hey. Alejo. Dejane said, how to navigate dating world as a 50-year-old black nurse. Well, you said two major things there. 50 and nurse. Yeah, and I think I'll do a video about this, but oftentimes if you're a nurse, even though it's like a very nurturing career, you're centering other people, so you probably need to learn how to center yourself. And as a nurse, you actually have to be very much in your masculine energy. So there's probably some opportunity to learn how to be more in your feminine energy so that you can attract more truly masculine men. And then 50-year-olds, I think sometimes we have to understand that like at 50, you are like professionally and career-wise very much like your testosterone is like really pumping. But the thing about guys at that age is that the energies kind of switch, right? That's why like men in their 50s and 60s, they'll start getting into gardening, they'll start getting into like pets, because their testosterone is decreasing, so they're becoming more nurturing. So one thing that I want to offer to you is make sure that like you like don't write off those guys that are like not as hardcore. And then two, at that age, men are looking for very healthy women, right? Because I'm looking to retire with somebody and travel with somebody. So you got to be healthy to do that, girl. Yeah. Missy Boss said, do you think dating a 52-year-old at 42 is too big of an age gap? No, I always say plus 10 years minus 5 years. Yeah, Faith said, we met on Hinge 2 days ago and he asked me to be his Valentine, yes or no? Well, does he even know your last name? I think that it's a very nice gesture, but I'm not buying it and it's feeling like love bombing. And my question for you is he Nigerian? Brandy said, we are besties and are girl. Miss Multi-Hyphenate said, hey, I love your content and personality. Thank you, girl. Ujin said, how did you learn all of this? Girl, I've been a dating coach for 14 years, helping black and brown women get into the best relationship of their lives. To be honest with you, I've been doing this all of my life. So I've coached a shit ton. I read all the time, which I think differentiates me from other people on here who just like talk, but maybe aren't necessarily consistently educating themselves on new and different things. So that's that as well. Tundi said, Anwar, can I give luxury with long locks? I've been thinking I should change my hair to level up. Well, first of all, whatever hair that comes out of your head, queen, is it. Meaning, that's the level up. You have to understand your hair defies gravity. These hoes could never. So whatever way that you have it is luxury and gold. Okay? Now, I want you to focus on not trying to attract a guy, but what's going to make you feel most comfortable, most confident, and most sexy. And girl, locks are everything. Now, I will tell you that there is a difference between like bigger locks and like mini locks. So I would want to know kind of what, or do you have mid locks? Periwinkle said, "Hey, Amor, I love when you're live." Thank you, girl. Maya said, "Finally catching you early." Yes, you are, girl. Lindisha said, "I'm catching it from the beginning." Good. Viola said, "You give really great advice. I keep attracting Arab men, not Caucasian men, and I don't know why." Girl, don't ask why. Drink but dry, girl. Get with those Arab men, honey. Get with them. Mary Party said, "Oop," or read. Am I reading already? Am I reading already? Clown said, "Guy told me I'm far more adventurous and well-traveled than he is and said he can't commit. He's not ready." Bayou said, Bayou T, sure name, said, "Anwar, I got engaged because of you. Thank you so much." You're so welcome. So excited for you. And that really does warm my heart to think that I've played a part in hopefully the healthiest relationship of your life. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for these ski goggles, girl. She needs to go to Park City. Am I a new housewife of Salt Lake City? Krista said, "I've heard you mention dark feminine energy before. Can you explain what that means?" I don't really talk about dark feminine energy because that's not necessarily my thing. One, because I'm a white girl. But two, that's more Shara 7 thing, where you are using more of your feminine energy and wild and divine femininity to get what you want, but also there's like a notion of manipulation involved as well. Yeah? And the intention isn't all the way pure. Cherise said, "Should I date for love or survival?" Well, it's 2024, so you should not have to date for survival. Yeah, that's something that our mothers and our grandmothers had to do. I don't think that we have to do that now. So let's cut that out of the mix right now. Date for love. As a black woman, I don't think that we should be dating for love if you're a black woman. That's how many of us get into very precarious and dangerous situations. I think you need to date for safety. I think you need to date for physical safety and intellectual safety and emotional safety, and financial safety. Yeah? So, date for safety, not love, and not survival. Grisha said, "What to do when guys day your education or career intimidates them?" Move on. If they're intimidated by what you do and what you've accomplished, they will try to humble you. And it'll be the worst experience of your life because you will fall in love with them and you will stay with them longer than you need to, and they will continue to break you down so that they can feel powerful when in reality they're not. User 593 said, "I've been dating a man for 2 months, haven't slept together, but he hasn't asked for exclusivity." If he doesn't ask in another month, if you feel like you want to be exclusive, then you're going to have to bring it up, girl. Felicia said, "If we start at the lower tier program, might get your guy club, do you have upgrade options?" Most definitely. If you're in the Get Your Guy Club, you have 3 months to potentially upgrade to the VIP program. So I forgot to mention this. So if you're interested in working with me, you can click the link in my bio and you can book a consultation call. I also have links for free trainings. I also have links to my podcast, which is the top relationship podcast in the world. And so definitely check those things out if you're interested in learning more about kind of what I do. So yeah, there's always an opportunity to upgrade from the Get Your Guy Club to the VIP program. Mari said, "I love you, Omar." Thank you, girl. Ray said, "Highly agree on DMV. It's rough out there." It is. The dopest said, is there any hope for black women in ATL? The only hope I see for black women in ATL is if Obama starts living in ATL, because he brings hope wherever he goes. But besides that, girl, that's all I gotta say. Mari said, is it still white boy winter? Girl, it's always gonna, if you see snow on the ground, girl, it's white boy winter. Girl, when that temperature goes below 32 degrees, it's white boy winter. Girl, if I have to take off my puffer and put on my winter jacket, it's white boy winter. Do you hear me? Jory said, your January tip for online dating has been great. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. Lovely said, thoughts on courting until engagement, no exclusivity, boyfriend and girlfriend, or in between. I'm someone who thinks that having kind of a commitment before engagement is something that's very important, because people will show up differently when they have like a commitment associated and they're like putting their name down and are saying that they want to have emotional responsibility for you, right? So that's why I am someone who leans into that. Let me see what's going on. Megan said, I go to a PWI and looking for a man, but some of them just love the blondes. What do I do, friend? Girl, go blonde. Girl, put some blonde, get some braids, because you know the girls work the braids when they're in college, honey. Girl, put a little bit of blonde in each of your braid, girl, and go like this. Flip it around. No, girl, first of all, don't flunk out of school. And don't become one of those girls that's like a fifth-year senior. Make sure that you're on time and your grades are where they need to be. That's number one. Because guess what? There will be dudes forever. I just had an interview with Essence today, and one of the questions was, what advice do I have for younger, black women in their 20s? And one of the things that I said is that this is all practice. Most black women don't date before college, and so I want you to think about this in the same way that the white girls think about dating at ages 12, 13, and 14. I want you to think about dating in the same way that you think about your first job out of college. You're not going to be in that job forever. And the guy that you're hanging out with, that you're in a relationship with in the 20s, you're probably not going to be with him forever. You're going to, just like your job, honey, you're going to go through these men every 2 to 3 years. Think of it like a presidential election cycle, girl. Every 4 years, it's a new president. It's a new man, honey. Yeah? Taj said, and where I have many looks, but want to date white men. Advice. Yes, girl. So if you got locks like that, girl, messy bun. Messy bun. All day, every day. Chronicles of Crazy said, is Anwar cutting up tonight? No, girl. I never cut up, girl. I always fold. That's Queen B. Said, what are 6 things you think we should work on before we start dating? I'm actually going to do a video about that tomorrow. So definitely check out that video tomorrow. Okay? Joy Jackson said, any tips on dating Hispanic men? Well, when you say Hispanic, girl, where from Española? From that diaspora, because it really does depend. Diana said, how do we let go of our masculine energy? By realizing that you don't have to do it yourself and you have to just ask for help. Like me, and this is what I want y'all to do. I want you to ask everybody to do things for you. That's what the white girls are doing. So I want you to do it too. When you get in an elevator, ask people to push that button for you. When you're in the grocery store, ask people to hand things for you. When you go to a hotel or whatever, ask for a glass of water. Girl, you gotta start asking for people to do things for you. The masculine is about doing. The feminine is about being. Yeah? What does this mean as well? It means also like, some of y'all are high-earning individuals and you still on your hands and knees every Saturday morning like we're 9 years old cleaning the house up and down. Girl, get a housekeeper. Costs a couple $100 a week, girl. If you do it weekly. Get a fucking house cleaner. Have them clean your house. Doesn't make you less black, honey. Makes you smart and efficient and effective. Yeah? So I want to offer that to you. Let me see what the girls are talking about. Baby said dating outside my race and was encouraged to open my mind from one of your videos. Good girl. Yeah, let's date everybody and see who wins. Just like the Hunger Games. May the best person win. Abby said it's been 4 months and he won't commit because he says I'm not open and it's hard to get to know me. Drop him. Jay said, went on a date with a man and you talked about how women don't like him. Was this a pity tactic? No, girl, he's telling you what you need to know. Believe him. There's a reason women don't like him. You want a guy that women like a lot, to the point where that you might feel a little jealous. That's how lovely that you want these guys to be. If women don't like him, it means that he's horrible. Because women are actually some of the most open-minded creatures on the planet, in this universe. Yeah. Kim D. Songwriter said, I want to date an Asian man. Where can I meet them? Go to karaoke. Go to boba. Go to some of those Korean spas. Go to Uniqlo. And snatch you up one of these. Let me see what y'all are talking about. And thank y'all so much for the 27,000 likes. I appreciate it. So lovely and nice of you. The substitute home cook said, loved hearing you on the Black Girl Texting podcast. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. Yeah, I did a bit of cutting up there, honey. I was feeling myself, honey. Okay, Aria Broad said, yes, I told my dad I'm dating for all those safeties. Of course he disagrees and says love. Yeah, honey, forget what your dad says. Yeah, because he's not a woman, so he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. Bree said, I have that problem with men trying to humble me. Help. It just means that you're interacting with and giving energy to the wrong kinds of guys. And it probably means that you don't have a dating strategy to like evaluate and filter out those guys. If you have a dating strategy, well, let me say this. If you don't have a dating strategy, in the chat, put #no strategy. And I'm asking you to do this because, one, I want you to understand how many women actually don't have a strategy and why dating is so hard for you. A lot of society, and our parents, specifically our mothers, don't teach us how to date, and it keeps us disempowered. And so what happens is people will often, women will give away or abdicate their power to these men who don't know what to do with it. And then, girl, you're asked out. Yeah? So we got to get a strategy. I have a dating strategy course in my link in my profile if that's something that's of interest to you, or you can definitely enroll in one of my programs and I will give you a step-by-step guide in terms of how I want you to go from first conversation to first date, or from first date to exclusivity. Like we break it down date by date. Date 1, I want you to do this. Date 3, I want you to do this. Date 5, I want you to do this. Date 7, I want you to do this, so forth and so on. So you know exactly what to do every step of the way. Yeah? Okay. Why are men constantly telling me that they're hard or other aggressive things like that? I don't know, girl, but that doesn't make me feel good. Some of the girls are also saying go to dim sum, also the casino. But I don't really think, you don't want the casino Asian guys, girl, no shade. Yeah, like the Chinese, the sushi, Japanese restaurants, I think they're a bit cliche, but it's hard to like interact with a lot of different kinds of people if you're just like at a table kind of eating. Sarah said, "How do I know if a white man is interested?" Well, girl, if a white man is breathing, he's interested. No shade. If he is talking to you for more than 3 minutes, he's probably interested. If he compliments you on your hair, he's interested. If his feet are pointing toward you, if you're in the same room, he's interested. Okay? Lexi said, "What to do when med school boyfriend ego is rising?" I want to offer something to you, and you're not going to like it, but you don't come here to listen to things that I say that you think you're going to like. Med school boys are the worst boyfriends. They're never going to have time for you. And in my 14 years of doing this, I've never seen a relationship work when a guy is in med school. Yeah. If you want to date a doctor, it's better if he is like 35 and above. He'll have more time for you. Lily said, "If your looks make guys insecure, what should you do?" Get new guys. Yeah. He's telling you right now that he can't compete with the attention that you're going to get just walking down the street. So he already knows that he's not on your level and he's not in your league. So you're probably going to have to get a different person. Yeah. Shift healing from scratch. Where to meet well off in Houston? Girl, go to all of the oil companies. Get a job there. That's where the money is. Countess said, "What hairstyles are man pretty?" You know what's so funny? Interesting enough, like a mid cut, right? Um, and then also like kind of wild and crazy hair. That's why I said messy bun. Messy bun always does it. That's why when you hear, hard wig, soft life, wild and crazy hair, that does it for guys that want to get married. Chronicles of Crazy said Uniqlo was such an accurate and funny response. I used to work for Uniqlo. I was like, girl, they're there. Abby Girl said LMAO, can confirm Uniqlo, y'all. I think y'all think that I'm just trying to get a laugh, honey. I'm really trying to put you on game, sweetie. Yeah? So, yes, go to Uniqlo if you want an Asian man. An East Asian man at that. Nori said, should we skip the girlfriend and boyfriend stage? I don't think so. You will learn a lot based on how he feels about commitment just by that alone. What happens oftentimes is when the girls want to get cute and skip that stage and be like, we're not anything until you put a ring on it, honey, right? Then he's always going to be casually dating you. And you will never see how he reacts to true commitment and responsibility if you want to stay that way. Giora said, I'm meeting a lot of men that want princess treatment and want to go 50-50. What am I doing wrong? You probably trying to go for the pretty boys. And because the pretty boys are princesses, they think that their punani is better than yours. And they've probably been treated like a princess their entire lives, especially if they are light-skinned boys. And so people will pay for them out of the wazoo. And so it's becoming an expectation for them. Girl, it feels like some of those boys feel like they are literally living a life on full scholarship. Honey, none of this half shit. Like no FAFSA shit. Just pure full scholarship. Yeah, so that's the expectation. I'm surprised. So that's probably what's happening. You're probably hyper or over-indexing on hotness, and that's where you're going wrong here. User 654, Anwar, do you have Somali DNA in you? Don't we all have Somali DNA in us? Wasn't Lucy like Somalian or Ethiopian like girl? So we're all Somali girl, no shade. Holly said, advice on dating Irish men. Whew. They are magically delicious. Girl, make sure if you go to Ireland that you go to Dublin, specifically North Dublin, and just walk around and girl, you'll be married in 3 to 6 months. Latoya, thank you so much for the 17 roses. Appreciate it. Miss B, thank you so much for the 5-finger hearts. Vanessa, thank you so much for the 20 roses. Q Bowl said, what should you do if a guy has potential but he's boring? So we don't date on potential. We date on how he's showing up right here, right now. If he's boring, then there's nothing you can do about that. Yeah? Now, the question for you, and I can't answer that right now because you're not my client, is do you have a bonding pattern of the fact that love has to feel like a roller coaster for you to feel love? And that is this guy actually like healthy and that the health and the no drama feels boring to you? Or does it feel like a PBS special at 9 p.m.? Right? That's the question. Okay, so I'm seeing, I finally got to my no strategies. Lots of no strategy. Honeys, we got to get a strategy. Please think about it like this. Every other thing in your life, you have a strategy for, right? Now, if you went to your job and you did your job without a strategy, without a framework, without guidelines, you would get fired. And that's what's happening in your love life right now. You are literally getting fired every day, no shade. We got to get a strategy. This is your wake-up call. It's 2024. You hear me, ladies? Now you can go into my program. You can figure out a strategy for yourself. You can get my strategy course. Up to you. But you got to get a strategy. There's no more bullshitting, honey. It's 2024 up in here. Now, if it was 2006 and we didn't have Facebook and other social media platforms, I would let you slide. I'm not letting you slide anymore, honey. And no shade here, honey. I'm looking through this, and some of us need to learn how to spell strategy. I'm just kikiing, honey. We're all family. You gonna make fun of me and I'm gonna make fun of you. Girl. But I'm just like, here's the thing. I was a spelling bee champion in 4th grade, girl, so, it is what it is. Nafisa said, and we're definitely gives Lil East African. Not Lil, honey. Thank you. Let me see what else you're talking about. Julia said, to get your guy, consultation, training, and podcast links are in Amwar's bio. Don't forget, share the live. Thank you, ladies. Tap, tap, tap the live. Share the lives. Do whatever you need to do. Let the algorithm do its thing, honey. Thank you, Dula Girl. Dee said, my mid-man I just started to pay attention to is moving on, I think. Girl, missed your chance, girl. Get another one. T.L. Hale said, what about engineers? Girl, I love them. Girl, I'm all about the engineers. I'm all about the accountants. I'm all about also the teachers. That's like also the blue collar guys. Those are like the 4 careers that do really well. So I'm always checking on them. me see what the gag is, honey. Zal said, I'm giving up on U.S. men. I think, no shade, girl, if you're a black woman, you need to be traveling outside of the States any chance that you can get. Because America undervalues you. Like, no shade, for many of you all, you might be a 5 or 6 in America, but girl, you go to Europe, you're an 8, 9, or 10. Snatch you up a husband real quick. Be living on the countryside of Italy, like what? Girl, living in the center of London. Killing it, honey. But that's just me. Shay said, one of my English colleagues had a huge pen. I know that's right, honey. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Some of these men, honey, the Irish ain't just lucky, honey. Green Tea Goody said, I want a red-headed engineer so bad. Girl, get one. Girl, go to Silicon Valley, walk down the street until you find one, and then snatch them up. You know how they do those bad kids and they take them to those random wild camps where they have to do all that labor, girl? Snatch them up like that. Cheryl, thank you so much for the heart, me girl. Artsy Gal said, how does age play a role in dating? Like late 20s here. Well, girl, if they're too old, they're grooming you, right? It depends on the chapter of their lives. But you'd have to get more specific here and let me know like what age combinations you're talking about specifically. Tarara, thank you so much for the 12 roses, honey. And just FYI, ladies, if you want to do this work, I just had a session tonight, which was amazing. Definitely book a call with me so that you can also be attending my Tuesday and Thursday night sessions in my groups. If you're a VIP, you also get 30-minute one-on-ones every week and direct access to me through voice note or text at any time you need me. Yeah? Let me see. User 725 says, I feel like Anwar knows how desirable black women are more than we black women ourselves know. Here's what I know. I know that everyone is checking for you, but also everyone is scared. Girl, scared because they think that you are just focused on black men. And I am doing my darndest to not have that be the case. Because no shade, there aren't enough black men for you. But they're just intimidated and scared. And you have to let them know that, like, there's no reason to be scared. It's not Halloween. Yeah? So, I just want y'all to find the best person for each and every one of you. Cece said, moving states in 6 months, should I bother trying to date? Yeah, girl. Date for where you are for like 4 to 5 months and then move your location on that last month, girl. So when you go to that new place, you can hit the ground running. One of my girls in my program did that, girl, and she had 3 guys helping her move. Work smarter, not harder. Why hire movers when you can just go on a dating app and get movers yourself? And I love her for that. And by the way, she is in a relationship right now. Now, this is how you work my program, honey. Miss Tanya said, my first boyfriend was Irish and I was in love. Too bad we were just too young. Girl, you better, as my mentor, Gwen Stefani once said, holla back, girl. Buffy said, I'm dating someone. How do I stop the anxiety? The anxiety of what? What are the thoughts that are creating the anxiety for you? That's what you have to kind of hone in on. The Kathleen said, hey, fairy godbrother. Hello, girl. Good to see you. Joy Jackson, how do you know if a guy is interested if he's really nice to everyone? That's a really great question. I think that one of the things that you can see is, let's say like you're in an event with someone, Does he follow up with you, and do you have personalized one-on-one conversations outside of just the pleasantries of the hi, bye, and a cute little 5-minute combo? Is there follow-up afterward? Yeah, either connection on social media or LinkedIn or what have you. Generally, that will happen. Smiley Face said, how do you stop being attracted to the pretty boys? Well, pretty boys are attractive, so I think it's unrealistic to try to make yourself not attracted to them. I do think it is important for you to understand that like, they, for every person, there are pros and cons. And oftentimes, the cons for pretty boys is that they think that they're the prize and they want to be chased. I'm not saying everyone, but most of them do. Another con for pretty boys is that they're probably not going to put it down in the bedroom, which is a very important part of love and dating and relationships. I also think that pretty boys actually want to be protected and often aren't in the like mindset of protecting. And if you are a black woman, protection has to be very front and center for you because you have a world coming at you at different angles. And so you're going to need someone to help shield that off for you. Yeah. Sarah Can, do you have an age requirement for clients? I generally work with women that are 26 and older. Yeah, because that's like, men can start to get serious around 28, mostly around 32, what I call their second puberty, between the ages of 30 and 33. But like younger than that, the guys are wildly unserious and it's a waste of my time and yours and your money. So yeah, generally around 26. Like I have a client right now, she's 26, she's in a relationship. They're probably going to get engaged by the end of this year. I'm pretty good about forecasting when people are going to get into their milestones. So excited about that for her. I'm actually next month, in about 3 weeks, I'm going to New Orleans for a wedding for a client of mine. I'm so excited. I try to go to a wedding once every quarter if it's happening. My clients are getting a lot of success. I generally have about 2 to 3 women that are getting into relationships every week, which is really exciting. And it's because we're doing the work, and the work works. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely book a consultation call with me. If not, keep on coming to these lives and listen to my podcast. Yeah, no rush. Book a call when you're ready to rock and roll. Let me see what's going on. Kayla said, how to bring up a weekend trip idea with a slight situationship. I think that you trying to do a weekend trip with a situationship is, respectfully speaking, delusional. Because weekend trips are for boyfriends. And so what that means is that you, in your head, you think that you are his girlfriend. And that is one of the biggest things that happens in situationships. They say a situationship is only a situationship to one person. The other person just thinks that you're hanging out, right? And so one of the things that I think is important for you to understand is why you are staying in a situationship. Because a situationship could never fully fulfill all of your needs. So that lets me know that there might be some deeper work for us to think about. And sometimes it's a worthiness issue. I don't feel worthy of a full-on relationship, or I don't think I can actually achieve it. So that's a mindset issue. The other thing is that we might have what I call love scarcity mindset. You have something and you think that that something is the best that you can do. So you'd rather have something, even if it's not fully serving you, than have nothing at all. But I want to offer to you that having nothing at all is actually a better situation. Because when you are engaged with someone who is just giving you level 5, level 6 out of 10 treatment, you will really trick yourself and normalize that as your, what I call your upper limit of love. And so you will only lean into and find guys that can give you that 5 or 6 because in your head you think that that's all that you can, that you deserve, right? When you don't have anyone, it opens up the possibility of you getting a 9 or a 10 and like doesn't give you an upper limit of love, if that makes sense. Yeah. I hope that's helpful. And that is said with so much love and so much respect because it's not easy. And thank you all so much for the 60,000 likes. I so appreciate it. Ray Ray said, what are your thoughts on Luxie right now? It's slowly becoming one of my top sites, but I still need about 2 to 3 months to actually come out of the closet with it. But it's giving interesting results so far for some people that I have it on. Perfection said, if you think he's boring, send him to me. I'm boring too. Ooh! Get it, girl. I Make Wig said, can I book an appointment with you? I'm in Toronto. Yeah, I talk to people all around the world every day. I spoke with someone in Australia today, right? So I work with women all around the world. I have women in Europe, Asia, North America, South America, everywhere. Carson said, what is your skincare routine? Well, girl, I swear by rose water in the mornings for sure. Love my snail mucin. Trying to think. These are things that I've seen on TikTok that have changed kind of the trajectory of my skincare routine. That has been really helpful. Yeah, it's a lot. There was this one video, I want to say like 8 to 12 months ago, and this girl was like basically all the Ordinary products I use. I love Ordinary. And thank you, because I was a kid that had I was pizza face. So, and not cheese, like pepperoni, Hawaiian. It wasn't cute. Yoshi said, first date we had chemistry, but personalities clashed. Told him we weren't compatible. We fell out. Good. Your personalities shouldn't clash, and if they're clashing on date 1, then it's not meant to be. Randy said, how do we become your client? Go to the link in my bio and book a consultation call. That's how you become my client. Andrea said, a guy I'm talking to wants to talk every day. Is that necessary? No, not at all. First, we don't talk to guys. We become courted by them. He's trying to court you. So give him a call. Like, let him call you. Not every day, but every other day. But he needs to take you out. I can talk to my mom every day, right? He needs to take you out. So you need to communicate that to him and that you can talk when you're out on dates. Nafisa said, I have a strategy, but it's not 100% solid. We got to get it solid, honey. Black Pearl said, do you help older women? I sure do. I have a woman that's like 68 years old in my program, and she is killing the game, honey. She's letting those old farts know. She ready to rock. Ambi said, is it thirsty to wish a man a happy birthday? Not thirsty, but I do think that he should be reaching out to you, and once he does that, you should wish him a happy birthday. Okay, Zola said, a guy told me he has a list of things that make complicated, but I don't of him. I don't understand what that means, girl. Noelle said, are you dating? No, girl, I'm married with children. And if you have dating coaches out here that are dating, please understand that they might not be able to help you fully if they can't even help themselves. No shade. Nadia says that was absolutely true. Ajay said, thank you for giving me too much great info to think about. Of course, honey. Amber said, I love you, Onward. Thank you so much for the love, girl. I appreciate it. Alexandria said, is talking shit a real love language? Never heard of it. Oh my God, girl, yes. That is love, girl. And if you don't believe me, girl, then I'm scared to come to a family reunion or a family gathering, because if y'all not talking shit with each other, then do you really love each other is a question. Yeah. Lexi said, how to stop getting ghosted. You won't be able to stop getting ghosted in dating. It's part of the dating process. But what you can do is make it not mean anything. If this is a question for you, then it lets me know that it's affecting you. And we have to get to the point where it's not affecting us. Scorpio said, when they ask to download Google Chat or WhatsApp, is that a scammer? Possibly, but just let them know I don't want to do that. And see if he finds a solution that's more comfortable for you. Harley said, should I ask him about his last girlfriend, only girlfriend he's had? Yeah, but ask about that after date 3. Don't be asking about that early on. Newton said, I live in NOLA, need a +1. No, girl, my husband's coming with me to the wedding, honey. Look at you trying to wedding crash, sweetie. Fikile said, I left my situationship last year thanks to you. Oh, I love that, girl. That makes me so happy. That's the work. Yeah? So proud of you. Killer Cam, what country has your most clients' needs? The US? Yes. I would say about 90% of my clients come from the US. And then the another 5% are Canada, UK, and Australia, and then another 5% are other places. Miss Pearl said, do you work with African women dating African men? I work with anyone who I feel is a fit for the program. It doesn't matter where you're located, where you're from, what you look like. If you're open to coaching and you want to do this work and you're not afraid to go deep, let's talk. Cali Girl said, what are your thoughts on anxious and avoidance in a relationship together? I am focused on helping my clients become secure so that they don't get into those sorts of dynamics, because it can be very toxic. Yeah. Emmy said, do you work with women that are almost done healing and want to dip their toe back in the water? Here's what I want to offer you. You're never almost done healing. And that's not me coming for you. I want you to understand that this is a marathon. It's a process that you will deal with the rest of your life. The other thing that I want to offer to you is that a lot of girls feel like, oh my God, I need to do all this work before I start dating. Nope. You actually don't have to do that much work. That part of your work happens while you're dating. Like a quarter of your work has to happen while you're dating. The other quarter has to happen when you're in the relationship. So half the work is still happening even before you start dating. Yeah? So that's that. Brown Sugar says, men over-sexualize me as a plus-size woman. Why is that? Why so? I think a lot of men look at plus-size women and they think, oh my God, she doesn't care about her body, so I'll be able to do whatever I want with it. Yeah, so they will just use it as an object. But your job is to make sure that your boundaries are very tight. So I always tell my curvier clients, like, if a guy is talking about your body, even if it's a compliment before he meets you, drop him immediately, because he's trying to butter you up and he's trying to groom you. If he is touching you while you're on a date, move your body away and leave the date. Again, he is trying to groom you. one of the things that I think is really important while you're dating now is to realize that guys that really give a shit about you, they won't compliment your body. They will compliment your spirit. Um, Guys who give a shit about you, they won't make a move on you on a date, at least the first 1 or 2 dates. A lot of women like freak out because it's like, oh my God, this guy didn't make a move on me. He doesn't like me. No, he likes you so much that he doesn't ever want to make you feel uncomfortable. And he overly respects your boundary. And that is a guy that you want to be with, not a guy that is trying to go for it on the first date. Or sometimes the girls will be like, oh my God, I hate it when a guy asks if he can kiss me. Just kiss me. Yeah, girl, that's called not having consent. And guys that want consent are relationship-minded guys. Sorry if it doesn't look like the fucking rom-com that you saw 2 weeks ago. But these movies are not real. Disney is not real. Hallmark is real. Oh. Okay, let me see what you're talking about. Victoria said, how to know if you're settling or not. I think that when you're settling, you'll get upset with him for no reason. He will annoy you because you know that you're settling, and you're not really annoyed with him, you're annoyed with yourself. So if you find yourself constantly like picking fights with him and getting annoyed with him and angry with him for like no reason, it's probably because you're settling and you know it, and you're trying to like create distance so that you don't have to be the bad guy and let him go. Because he's probably a nice guy. Zola said, a guy said he has a list of things that make me complicated. How do I respond? You tell him, thank you so much for studying me. I love that. Yeah. Let them know that you're a human and humans are complicated. And go from there. But he's doing that because he wants to humble you. He's starting to groom you. Yeah. He wants to uncomplicate you, which AKA makes you simple. And girl, with a name like Zola, there's no simplicity in you, no shade. Yeah? So he's probably not your guy. Vanessa said, there's a guy in here looking for women. Oh, Lord. Well, can we hate the player and the game? Felicia said, what to do if he's kind of a mama's boy? He's 35 years old. If he's a mama's boy, you will always be number 3. He will put himself or his goals number 1. He will put his mother as number 2. And then you will get the bronze medal. The question that you have to ask yourself is, are you okay with a bronze medal? I'm not, but that's me. Coco said, how do I attract financially successful men on apps without coming off like a gold digger? There's no such thing as a gold digger. That is something that men have made up. And most of the men that use that term gold digger don't have gold to dig. So I don't want to, like, take that word or that phrase out of your vocabulary because there's no such thing. Men that have money, they don't think about it like that. They like to spend money on the women that they love and they like, and they don't think about it as being used, right? So how do I attract financially successful men? By not shaming yourself for wanting the things that you want and being very clear about that and very confident, right? Caitlin said, what does it mean when he blocks you after an argument? It means he doesn't want to talk to you anymore. And it also probably means that either you've said something that has been completely out of pocket, or he doesn't have skills to conflict resolution skills. Crystal said, do you encourage women to get wealthy men or a guy with good character or both? I encourage my clients to get with safe men. Safe physically, intellectually, emotionally, and financially. Q-Line or Q-Lean said, what online dating apps do you recommend for plus size women? Bumble and OkCupid. Woo Plus came to me. They wanted me to do some sort of brand partnership, and I couldn't do that because one, the experience that my clients have had on there, there's been a lot of fetishists on that site, so you're never going to hear me recommend that site to curvy or plus size women because it can actually be quite dangerous. Well, I don't want to say dangerous. I think that's an extreme word. I think that it can feel highly like unsafe, and you're gonna feel like, is this person safe or not? And I want it to be more fun than that. And it disguises itself as a safe place because it's for curvier people. But I think that's how a lot of people will go on that site knowing that people have their guards down. I am Kimira. What to do if people bring up their exes? So if a guy is bringing up his ex, you can just let him know, I'd rather just get to know you right now, right? I just want us to get to know each other. Let's talk about, relationship past the next time. Period said, could we do a consultation even if I'm only 19? No, I only work with women that are 26 and above. Alright, Zeke out. Anwar, do you also help women with self-esteem issues? Of course. Guess what? That's all women. That's all people. We all have self-esteem issues. Even the most confident of us do. Queen Jocelyn said, you so handsome. Girl, stop. I'm gonna get my husband to get you, girl. You trying to break up happy homes here, honey. It's not gonna work. The devil is a liar. Thank you. Let me see what else y'all are talking about. Check Who Bay said, I've been talking to a guy for 3 weeks now and he only wants to take me to lunch for the first time. I always say if a guy isn't asking you out within the first 7 days, he ain't it. And drop him then. Yeah? Maya said, where should I go on a solo date to meet good men? Well, your solo date should not be to meet good men. Your solo date should be to meet you. So if you want to meet good men, call it what it is, a hunting trip. But don't do a solo date trying to meet good men. Yeah? You can go to a hotel lounge or restaurant. I would say go to a sports bar, but do that with a couple of girlfriends. So you guys can talk shit and do that whole grease lightning thing with the boys. Or summer loving thing, excuse me. Mother N said, I honestly feel like I have nothing in common with black men except being black my damn self. Maybe, girl, maybe. Talk to everyone. Toy said, what if he's a politician? Is that a reasonable excuse for slow replies? No. I've had a number of very close friends be with very well-known politicians. The thing about politicians is that they always have a phone in their hand so that they can always actually reach out to you. That's the thing. If a guy ever tells you that he's busy, he doesn't like you. The busiest people actually respond very quickly. They either respond within 3 to 5 minutes or 3 to 5 days or the weekend. So, no. I'm telling you, these are politicians that I've known be with some of my closer friends. They've always responded in due time. It's because you're not a priority for him. He wants the votes of the people. He doesn't want your vote. No shade. Move on. ACCR said, what do you think about meeting the guy? He doesn't ask you questions about yourself, but he asks you on a date. If someone is not asking you questions in text messages or in the apps, you should not be responding. As she said, I've had multiple guys cringe when they find out I'm studying to be a therapist. What do I do? Let him cringe, girl. Let him cringe. What do I do? Nothing. Those guys are not for you. And I would say the same for if you're a lawyer, if you're a doctor, if they're cringing, if they're intimidated, if they're like, I can't deal with that, let them not deal. User 826, do white men like tall black women? I think most men like women. I think that a good portion, at least a third of white men like black women. I mean, how tall are you, girl? I'm not going to say white men are going to like a 7-foot tall black woman. I don't know, right? But and this is for all the tall girls out there, keep things open. Yeah. A lot of the tall girls like, oh, I can't be with anybody that's less than 6'2". You acting like a Six Flags roller coaster ride, and you need to start acting like a Disneyland It's a Small World ride with the height requirements, girl. Yeah. So, because, I don't know, there are 9-10% of people taller than 6'2". So you already cutting out a shit ton of people. Don't do that, girl. Yeah. Raquel said multiple men at the same time. Hell motherfucking yes, girl. I always say Olympic date, girl, you have to have a gold medalist, a silver medalist, and a bronze medalist, girl. Yeah. That's the T. Killer Cam, do you think the reality shows like Ready for Love is an accurate depiction of the dating scene? Yes, because they act a goddamn fool. Yes. My life, as Maria said, you're dropping so many jewels. Thank you. Z said he said he will see where it goes. What does that mean? Well, my question for you is, if you get into a car and you ask him where are we going, and he says, "Well, we'll see where the car takes us." What does that mean? Girl, it means in the bottom of a ditch. Get out. That's what it means. Yeah? Aloha said, as a straight man, you are spitting facts. Well, as a gay man, I'm also spitting facts. Some of these guys will come in here and be like, as a man, I'm going to tell you blah, 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 blah. Motherfucker, who cares about your opinion? And I'm saying that to all of the women because I think that sometimes you put an opinion of a man, specifically a black man, over your own. No. Trust your intuition, trust yourself, and know that your experiences are it. You don't need the opinion of a fucking man. Yeah? Okay, I'm off the soapbox. Someone said, some of these questions, child. There's no judgment here. We're all family, honey. We're all in a different part of our journey, and some of us know more things than others, and that's what it is. That's the tea, honey. Moni Fit said, us tall girls don't want a short man. All right, girl. Keep playing that Six Flags game. See what happens. Here's how I think about it. If he can pick you up, he's enough. That's all you need. That's all you need. Z Grace said, would you date a pastor? I wouldn't date Mr. Jakes and his power bottom ways. I think pastors have huge egos. I think many of them have God complexes. And this is something that you will hear from a lot of preacher kids. Because they're serving their congregation and the community, they actually won't have as much time for you as you think that they will. And they will often require to be served at home because they're doing so much service outside of the home. So, would I date a pastor? No, but also a pastor would not date me. And that's okay. Gigi said, Anwar, no, I don't want to have to look down the rest of my life. Girl, you're not looking down in the bedroom. That's all I gotta say. Let me see what you all are talking about. Be Felicia Marie, you are a gift to us. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. If you used to say, Anwar, I wish we were friends, you'd have me laughing 24/7. But girl, the question is, would you have me laughing? Girl, it's gotta be give and take, honey. I'm not just your motherfucking entertainment, girl. You gotta give me something, girl, too. Not me sounding like the what do you bring to the table friendship edition. She said, you are funny AF without even trying. Girl, I try my best. Name said, where to meet nerds? Girl, I thought you'd never ask, girl. I thought you'd never ask. Now, nerds are it, honey. Nerds are the varsity quarterbacks of 2024. Girl, I want you to go to Best Buy. I want you to go to the Apple Store. I want you to go to GameStop. I want you to go to Renaissance fairs. I want you to go to Reddit, Discord, eBay.com. That's where you'll find them. ADD said, Anwar, have a sleepover and invite us over. Sure will, honey. Sure will. Brittany said, if he's shy, will he make a move? Yeah, honey. Men will go for what they want, even if they're shy. They will step outside of themselves for women. That's the gag. Yeah? That is the gag. That's why, like, you have to be comfortable asking men for things. Because they will do things for you that they won't even do for themselves. Yeah? La Luna said, met a guy on the apps but wants a phone call first to see if there's chemistry. Is that typical? Not typical coming from a guy, but that's something that I think that every woman should do. For sure. Tiara said, which men typically like plus-size women? Okay, so this is really important because I think some of the bigger girls are like, nobody wants me. Girl, there's so many people that want you. You just have to lean into the guys that are checking for you. Check on the guys that are checking for you. So Obviously, black and Hispanic guys are checking for you. Buff guys, like guys that are in the gym every day, that like are lifting 300, 400, 500 pounds, those guys are checking for you. Now, they might have like a small wee wee, but they're still checking for you. That's why they're pumping all that weight, girl, because they practicing to pump you up. No shade. Trying to think. Guys that are half your size, they're checking for you. Guys that are 20 years older than you, they're checking for you. But the number one guys that are checking for you are skinny, lanky, tall gamers. Those guys are checking for you. They're checking for you. So the girl that was just asking about the nerds, all those places that I said, that's where you need to be. You better be in your motherfucking Renaissance fair, girl, and in your best Bridgerton outfit, girl. Letting all those nerds know that you are the queendom of this Dungeons and Dragons sitch. Kadeen said you're on one tonight. Am I? Girl, we're just having fun here. Blessing said, anime conventions. Yes, honey. Yeah, Comic-Con for sure. Jen Marie said nerds be packing too. They do, honey. That's what happens, girl, because they're so busy studying that their body doesn't know what to do with all that energy because they're not really playing any sports like all the other boys. So it goes straight down there, honey. They always packing, girl. Oh, yeah, nerds. Boundaries said NBA events. Girl, any sort of conferences, girl. Sapphire said nerds love indoor rock climbing gyms. They do. Girl, you're on it. If he says, oh, please, Anwar, I'd have you cracking the fuck up. We can go toe to toe. I know that's right, girl. Ari said, yes, my baby sister got her a nerd and then messed around and found out his family rich. That's the gag, girl. The nerds often do have richer families, girl, and so that's why they've been educated in some of the best institutions. That's why they're so smart and nerdy. Yeah. Fanta Fox at Trader Joe's. I don't know if the nerds are at Trader Joe's, girl, but I know those crunchy granola men are, girl. The ones that don't shower every day. Let me see what's going on here. Oh my God. Pastor Solomon. I'm Solomon living Dubai, need serious wife. Pastor. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time. And in that rising, you will also be blocked. Let me see what's going on here. It's Social Tracy said, you're so quick with it. Thank you, girl. Exo said, shy guys get creative. They do, they do. And thank y'all so much for the 88,000 likes. I appreciate all the love. Tap, tap, tap the screens if I've said anything that is going to help you in your dating and your love life. For sure. Tap, double tap, triple tap the screen. Shawnee said, Anwar, I finally got in a good relationship. Thank you so much. You're welcome, girl. You're welcome. Miss Salamo said, X situation reappears and wants friends with benefits now. How can I get him to want a relationship with me? He doesn't want a relationship with you, or he would have already offered that. He doesn't think of you like that. He's given you situationship. He's given you friends with benefits. He's put you in a category. You will never get out of it. I want to offer that to you. Okay? Stop communication with him. Shar said, very good, brother. Yes, girl. Yes. Nicole said, now the real question is, where are the gingers hiding? Well, girl, they're not going to be out in the daytime, girl, because they burn too easily. So you gotta find them in the nighttime, girl. They're like vampires, girl. You gotta go Buffy on those mofos. You hear me? Slay 'em, honey. Bree said, Crunchy Granola Men is crazy. Why is it crazy, girl? I'm from California. I know all about them. Someone said, Pastor Solomon, how much money you got? Girl, he not going to give you any money. He's going to ask you for tithing. Someone said, send money first, Pastor. Oh my God, y'all are killing me. Oh my Lord. Pastor, give me the strength. Pray over me. Pray over me. Elle said, the holiest of breeds. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Simply Sunshine Love said, now that is poetic justice. Yes, girl. Girl, give me those dookie braids like Janet had, girl. I'm giving you that justice tea, honey, with my poems tonight, honey. Bree said, you got us cackling tonight, girl. Every die Ting said, do your clients have to join the dating sites? I encourage them to do so because there's work that we do on them that will help them become ready for the best relationships of their lives. Lexi said, my Pakistani boyfriend of 6 years got a 0% of words of affirmation on the love language quiz advice. Do you need words of affirmation? Here's the thing. He can't give you what he never received. You have to understand that those South Asian families, there are no words of affirmation. There are get A's or don't come home. Ngozi said, what about Dominican men? They keep breaking my heart. And will. Here's the gag. Anytime I watch 90 Day Fiancé and they say that the guy is from the Dominican Republic, I already know it's going to shit. I already know it's not going to work. It's never worked. And it never will. Thank you all so much for the 105,000 likes. I so appreciate all of the love and support that y'all give me. It's not lost on me. Yeah. Queen Amy said, I miss him. Who? Pastor Solomon? Lizzie said, is it helpful for your friends to introduce you to men? If they know you well. There are some people that are good at this and there are some people that are not. Some people will just hook you up with anybody because they just want you to date. You want people that are very strategic, that are like, I have found this guy that I think would be really great for you. right? And I know him really well, right? You want to ask him questions, your friend questions like, how long have you known him? Why do you think that we would be really good together? And if the answers are specific, move forward. If they're broad, don't do it. "88 Days at Amber, we need you in our daily lives." Girl, that's why I make videos all the damn time here on TikTok. Bree said, Buffy was that girl. She sure was. Jaya said, I recommended you today. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. Let me see what y'all are talking about. Amber Williams said, how can an alpha woman attract an alpha man? An alpha woman cannot attract an alpha man. You can't have two alphas. Relationships are about complements. They're not about clones. If you're an alpha woman, aka a woman with masculine energy, you will attract two kinds of men. One, a guy that is in his dominant feminine energy who has regressed into a teenage boy and who's looking for a mother. Or a guy that is in his hyper masculinity, or aka toxic masculinity, that will force you or try to force you into submission. Those are the only two guys that you will attract. So part of what I help my clients do is to find their authentic, more feminine energy, right? That is kind of innate within them, that they've kind of blocked access to because they haven't felt safe enough or haven't had the emotional confidence to like engage in it and lead with it, so that they can finally start attracting not alpha men, but men that are in their true masculine energy. You don't want an alpha man. You want what I call an alpha bet man, a guy that has both alpha and beta parts and a good mix. Because here's the thing, because women have much more autonomy and agency and independence, you're also going to need emotional support, right? So your man is going to have to actually bring that to you within the relationship. So that's why you need both a bit of an alpha and a beta, I call it an alphabet man, to be with these days, if you are someone that is a high achieving type A kind of person. Okay. Just FYI, if any of this is resonating with you, definitely tap the screen. But if you were like, he's interesting, I think I want to work with him, I want to get my guy this year, definitely go to the link in my bio and book a consultation call, and we'll see if it's a good fit. Vicky said, I like this guy, but he's a sloppy kisser. Well, no shade, girl, but if he's a sloppy kisser up here, that means he's a sloppy kisser down there. But sloppy kisser down there means that's pretty good. How do I tell him or teach him without hurting his feelings? So when you're actually kissing him, in the moment, you want to let him know, actually, if you do this, this is really going to turn me on, right? Instead of you eating my face, can you, caress your tongue with mine, right? Really tell him like what's going to make you hot, what's going to make you excited, what is really going to turn you on. That's the sort of language that you want to use with that. Nafisa said, I've noticed that ever since I stopped giving men my social media, the connection is more genuine. Yes, God, I'm trying to tell you. Brooke said, you're mad funny. Tara said, you keep saying let men drive on Bumble. What do we do if they don't say much? Go to the next guy, girl. Go to the next guy. RT Gal said, do you think Pedro was using Chantel? I think he was using her at the beginning, but I do think he fell in love toward the middle. And then I think they just started hating each other toward the end. Someone said Dominican men only have Platino to drop. Not Platino. Camellia said, I tapped until it reached 100K. Thank you, girl. But don't try to sue me for your arthritis, girl. Don't do it. Ivy said, thanks for all you do, Anwar. You're welcome. Thank you. Tamara, thank you so much for the rose. Bree said, I'm cackling at your responses, and I know it's just a casual night. It really is. It's really super chill, girl. We're really like, this is kind of like, we're giving like yoga session right now. That's how chill it is. Sometimes it's like we at the club, honey. Not even at the club. We're at the after party. Love Cherry said, these Asian men keep breaking my heart. Girl, go different, girl. Go Filipino, girl. Yeah. It's Social Traces that you deserve the support, honey. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. Jess said, what about dating a man in the military? Don't do it, girl. Don't do it, girl. I want to say this, and I want to say this, and I mean it in a very respectful way as it pertains to you as a woman dating a guy in the military. Couple of things. Many men that are in the military don't have any other options but to go into the military, so they don't have much going for themselves from an education perspective, opportunities, what have you. That's why these places will recruit at, in locations where a lot of guys don't have a lot of futures. Now, does that mean that their futures, they won't have a future if they go into the military? No, but that's what they're starting off with. That's number one. Number two, a lot of military guys have God complexes because they have the lives of people in their hands every day. So oftentimes they will bring that home with them. That's number two. And that can be scary because they'll expect you to treat them like a god, and when you just treat them like a human, they'll get mad at you, and they might have PTSD and go off on you. Number three, the military is like a prison. So like dating a military guy is like dating a guy in prison, right? And what that means is many of them will start having sex with men while they are on duty in prison, what have you, right? So like if you're dating somebody in the Navy, girl, he just gay. Like YMCA in the Navy, gay. So that's something that you have to also keep in mind. I know I have certain friends who purposely went into the Navy to just get their entire life. And guess what, girl, they did. So those are some things that you want to consider when you're dating a military man. And no shade, but they're not making much. They're not making much. Simply Sunshine, thank you so much for the heart me. User said, there are women too in the military. There are women, and unfortunately, 1 out of every 3 women in the military is sexually assaulted. Yeah? That's how crazy these men are as it pertains to their God complexes, and they think that they can do whatever they want to do. Huck Even said love you. Love you too. Alexis Simone said, how do I make my boyfriend a provider? You can't. You can't make a man a provider. He either has it or he doesn't. It's like home training, honey. Sugar Spud said, and why I'm not experiencing the dating Super Bowl here in Atlanta. Have you received this feedback? Well, dating Super Bowl for January is over, and it actually was a bit shorter this year than most other years. Usually it's for the first 3 weeks. I heard it was really the first week this year, and then everything kind of like flattened out. So yeah, I heard it wasn't so great. It was more like Pee Wee football, not the Super Bowl this year. Nafisa said, this is better than the club. Good. Aya Yuka said, what about a black cop? No shade, but a lot of the black cops are worse than the white cops sometimes, girl. So you gotta watch out for that. EXO said, Filipino is still Asian. I know. That's the thing, girl. The girl was all about her age. She's in an Asian era. What do I look like trying to get her out of that Asian era when you and I both know the girl, all she sees is Asian right now. So we had to find something in the Asian diaspora, honey, for her. Mid-sized fashion said, I feel like Asian men will never introduce you to their family. Most won't. But here's the thing. Most Asian families won't accept black women. I'm sorry to say that. I know it sounds wrong and politically incorrect, but it's reality. And it will be a challenge. And you can use the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, they will not accept you. And it will have a huge effect on your relationship and oftentimes break you up. 20% of the time, you'll be in like Flynn. Elena said, thank you for your wisdom. You're welcome. Miracle to Money said, military trauma. 100%. Emily said, does this apply to police officers too? Pretty much. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Thank you so much for this cowboy hat, girl. So cray Dre. Janice said, I broke up with my military boyfriend after college, and that's the best decision I made. I know that's right. That and graduating college. Okay, a few more, and then I gotta go to bed, girl. Got these kids waking me up, and then grab a tennis lesson in the morning. And then I have an interview with NBC News. So I gotta be cute, honey. I gotta be TV cute, which is really drop dead gorgeous. Okay, thank you so much for the heart, me. Miracles and Money said, my friend married retired military and her life is a mess. Here's the thing, the girls are always asking about retired military. Do you think that just because he retires from the military that the PTSD is going to retire as well? No, ma'am, Pam. That's not how it works. That shit's gonna last for a hell of a long time. If not forever, girl. Niley said, you're right about dating black men. It's crazy how they Love ain't seen nothing like it. Yeah, I'm going mini viral and getting a lot of hate of that my recent video about how difficult it is to date black men. I'm glad that that has been your experience because I made that video to validate a lot of your experiences because a lot of black men will gaslight you into thinking that you're the problem and actually the statistics say otherwise. Amanda said you're spot on and so well spoken. Love listening to you. Thank you, girl. Jockey Joe said the king is live. Yes. Who? Elvis? Michael? I'm not the king, honey. I'm the queen. Callie Brown, thank you so much for the 5 roses. Dana said, I'm a member of the GYG club. Listen to Anwar. Good to see you, Dana girl. All right, honey, I think I'm going to go to bed. I hope that, oh, Maya said, Anwar, the black and white photo trick is a game changer. Thank you. You're so welcome. You're so very welcome. Good. I hope that this was a helpful session for you. If you are interested in working with me, definitely book a consultation call. The link is in my bio. Otherwise, keep on coming to these lives. I'll be back on Sunday. And listen to my podcast. It's called the Get Your Guy Coaching Podcast. Yeah? All right, my loves. Be well. And I will talk with you soon. Yeah? Yeah, I don't know when the interview is going to air on NBC News or when the article is coming out for Essence. I did an interview with them today. Green Tea Goody said, you're getting backlash like the Stanford professor who said the same. Yeah, the black guys are always in my... They hate me, and that's okay. Because guess what? Your love will overshadow them for sure. All right. Bye, my loves. Be well.